How do you do, everybody? Welcome to Soleil Restaurant in Waltham, Massachusetts. My name is Mike Brunson. I'm the chef here, and I'm going to walk you through a very traditional, very simple sofrito, minus the tomatoes. As you may know, sofritos across the world are used as a base for many soups and stews, paella dishes, and the three main ingredients of any sofrito is our garlic, our onion, our green pepper, and our red bell pepper. So today what we're going to do is start with a nice hot skillet or a hot saute pan, add your olive oil, and you pretty much just want to bring it to what I call smoke point, or just before smoke point. So you want to, fully cover the pan or coat the pan. And the first two ingredients we're going to add is all of our white Spanish onion and our garlic. And you can hear there's a nice sizzle, a nice hot pan will make all the difference. What you want to do is you want to cook this down. I want to say maybe just a couple minutes here and get a nice color, nice coat on those onions. So once you get a little bit of color on that garlic and your Spanish white onions, you're going to add your green bell pepper and your red bell pepper. You're also going to give these just a few minutes, pretty much saute them all, and you'll see we are loading up this pan. You've heard for sautéing, this is not how you would saute. You don't want to load your pan because pretty much you'll start to steam all the vegetables on top. In this sense, it's okay. What we are going to do is add all of our dry ingredients now once we get a nice bit of color on here. So the first thing we're going to do is add our bay leaves, our parsley, and this is dry ingredients. Dry parsley, dry oregano, dry thyme, black pepper, and one thing you'll see is I say a pinch, or as much as you'd like, of cumin and a hot smoked paprika. The reason I do this is depending on how much spice you can handle. Some people like a lot, some people like very little, some people like a lot of cumin, some people like very little. I prefer only a little of each, so when I say a pinch, I really do mean just a pinch. So a little of each, and we're going to cook that up just for a minute. What we're doing is getting the dry ingredients, or the dry herbs, to rehydrate just a little bit with that oil. And then still getting some color on those onions and peppers. So it is going to be just a couple minutes more here to get that color we're looking for. So now as you spend a couple minutes here cooking down these vegetables, sauteing down these vegetables, you're going to really notice the aroma of those dry ingredients. You don't want to get too close, because that hot paprika will give you a nice little nose burn. So once you get the right amount of color and soft enough vegetables, we're going to go ahead and deglaze with our white wine. And for this, we're only going to cook off just for 1 or 2 minutes, pretty much just long enough to cook off all the alcohol. From there, we are going to add our vegetable stock, our sugar, granulated sugar, and our saffron. Now this is where this sofrito really gets its color. That yellow color is going to translate into any dish you make. And you're going to leave this on the heat and cook until it's totally soft. From there, we're going to increase the heat and really cook off the rest of that liquid. All right, so after about 7 or 10 minutes of heavy saute, you're going to have a nice soft peppers, soft onions, and your color, like I said, is really going to get that nice yellow. What we're going to do now is bring that heat up, nice high heat, and we're going to cook off as much of the liquid as we can. Now, you don't want to get rid of all the oil, but you want to get as much of that liquid out as possible. Like I said, this is a great base for many ingredients, and using it really brings a lot of flavor into the mix. Okay, now this is the finished sofrito. We're going to go ahead and lower the heat here. And what I am going to do is cool it down. You know, you want to give it some time in the refrigerator to cool. I would say this sofrito will last you a good 6 or 7 days in the fridge, as long as it's wrapped and sealed, maybe a Tupperware container. And if you make too much, or if this is too much for you or your family, you can easily package it, pine it, freeze it, and you can use it for months and months at a time. You know, so what I will do is take this and put it into a smaller container for cooling. Okay, and this is my base. This is my Spanish sofrito, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.